So Joe, this is called For Coffee With,
Yeah.
but as you've just been telling me, not a big coffee man?
No, I'm not a hot drink man. Other than a hot chocolate, I can take. But no, just not a big fan. Not really. My taste buds haven't got to that point yet.
A few lads are though, aren't they? Some big time coffee
Yeah,
lovers.
a few of them love it. I think it's a common one with kids. I think it gets them through the day if they've had a bad night's sleep. So no, I'm just not a fan of it, to be honest.
So we've got you on an afternoon after training.
Yeah.
How would you typically be spending your time?
Probably on Xbox, to be honest. If we usually go gym, obviously we've got a game today, but I just get home, go on the Xbox, see what the lads are saying, and yeah, FIFA or COD really at the minute. COD's probably the one that I'm most on at the minute.
Yeah, are you a big gamer then? Have you always been?
Yeah. Me and my mates from home have always been Xbox lads. So no, it's good. It's good, to be fair. We've got a few of the lads at football play as well. So we'll have to jump on together.
What would a typical day off look like for you then? You know, you've got the full day to yourself.
Yeah, so probably go to the gym. Sometimes go get a haircut. Just chill really. Just have a nice relaxing. Go and get a few bits like shopping for food or stuff. If I'm home, luckily mum and dad will do it, so I won't have to go to the shops. But now just a chilled one, maybe go see somebody, one of my mates or something, or if I'm up here, spend time with some of the lads. So yeah.
I said, do you spend much? There's a few of you around together. Do you spend much time with
Yeah. So me, Nico, Maxi do quite a lot together, and then Jack, who stays here sometimes. But nice, we got a good group. Yeah, we go play snooker sometimes with Bales and Moles came, and I think Joe and Hursty play as well. So it's quite a big group.
It's quite an intense, demanding position being a professional footballer. Is it important just to switch off whenever you get that opportunity?
Yeah, especially like with the way it's been recently with all the games. I think it's important that you get out with the lads because you build that relationship off the pitch as well, and it's nice to go do different things as well. Like, you're not just focused on football, you need to switch off, and I think we've got quite a good group for that.
So much of your sort of footballing life's been like sort of Midlands based.
Yeah.
How big a thing was it for you moving away when you joined us in the summer?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really bother me, to be honest. So I think it's quite nice that it's not too far to be able to go home. Whereas a few of the lads, it's a lot of travelling if they wanted to go home. So I think it'd take me like an hour and 20 if I wanted to go home. So I can just pop back. But no, it's nice being away, different areas, and luckily enough, I'm in a nice place. So yeah, it's been really good.
So we're at the Crown, you're close by in where you live. It's a nice part of town.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's nice places to go, nice places to eat. I think mum and dad came up when I first moved up here, went out for a lovely meal. So yeah, it's got everything, to be fair. Got a shop so I can go get all my stuff for cooking. Not very good at it, but I'll go have a go.
What's your go-to meal that you'd knock up?
Oh, I said this in the thing with the chicken, bacon, pesto pasta, I think. Or I do a salmon as well. Salmon's nice, yeah. Learning on the job, I think, is how I'd describe it.
Yeah. How have you found Doncaster and living up here as a whole?
Yeah, it's good. People are lovely. I think it's a really nice place. Everybody's been welcoming, especially within the club. But even if like the other week, I needed to find somewhere around here, and I just asked one of the people that were in there, and they were lovely. They directed me, and so yeah, it's just a really nice place to be. The people are nice, and yeah, just loving it.
The lads themselves, it's a good group, innit? A good group.
Yeah, very good group. Been fortunate because it's what you think about when you join a club, what the lads going to be like. But can't speak highly enough of them. All of them, like, just been top drawer with me.
Just kind of looking back into your past, obviously a big thing with the health issues that you went through. For people that don't know, talk us through kind of what happened.
Yeah, so the term was pericarditis. So it's basically you've got a sac around your heart, and that was all inflamed. So I think it was a Wednesday, I woke up, went into training at Solihull, and every time I breathed, it was like somebody stabbing me. So I went to hospital. I think it was 5 days in hospital, came out, and a couple of days later I had a reoccurrence, so I went back in for about 5 days again, and then luckily enough, touch wood, it's been all good. So it's been fortunate, but it's just a crazy time. I had to shut down basically for 3 months, not do any exercise or anything, so you can imagine how frustrated I was at the time. But no, it just puts things into perspective, really. It's not, obviously, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, and I definitely wouldn't want to go through it again, but it's just made me look at things in a different way, like, just makes you appreciate things a lot more.
I want to say that, especially in the game as well, and being able to continue.
Yeah, exactly.
You take nothing for granted.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it was this point last year, I couldn't do any exercise. I think I think it was, funnily enough, it's about this time where they said, yeah, you can start jogging, and it was like I won the lottery. Like I just going on a light jog around the pitch because I'd just been going in watching training, but the Solihull were great with me. To be fair, they stuck by me and they really helped me, because obviously some days you get a bit down. I try and be a positive, bubbly person, but sometimes you get down, and they just lifted me up and they just said, like, we're ready whenever you can, but don't rush it, because obviously it's not like a rolled ankle or something. It's quite a serious one, but nah, luckily to be on the better side of it now. So
when I suppose at the time you've probably not really got any idea of when you're going to be able to get back to it, even if.
Yeah, that was the thing. I think so when they first diagnosed it, it was they said 3 months, but obviously when you're in that situation, I was just thinking, like, I don't know if I'm going to play again. Like, you have all these things going on now about heart problems and stuff, and it just panics you a bit, obviously, like it would. But no, I came back, and it was just such a relief to be able to do what I love again. So it was really good.
And just say really appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. Just like I said, put things into perspective. Like, if you're having a bad day or something, you just think it could be a lot worse. Like, it just makes you appreciate a lot of things.
With so much of your life being about kind of physical activity, exercise, staying fit, how big a thing was it to have that taken away from you? Just for that
it was a nightmare, because I didn't know what to do with myself, because it wasn't even as if I'd want to be able to. I just physically couldn't. Like doctor's orders, you're just not allowed to do anything. So I don't even know. Like, couldn't even just go in the gym. Like, it's just brutal. But no, it was a crazy time for me. But luckily, like I say, I'm on the other side of it now.
What were it like that first time you were back out there in a competitive game?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I think I was a sub, and it was at Chesterfield on Boxing Day, so that was the first game of the season for me. And I just remember stood there, like, thinking, I'm back, like I'm back in a game. Like, it almost felt a bit weird, but once I started playing, I was fine. But stood waiting with the board went up, I was just looking around, I think. So, but no, it was just a surreal. Not surreal in a good way, but just a weird experience, like feeling that sort of way.
And a few months later, scoring at Wembley.
Yeah. Obviously, that I think that was probably the full circle moment where you think, like I came through that at the start of the season, and then obviously scoring at Wembley. Obviously, we didn't get the result, but scoring like a dream, every child's dream if they play football, scoring at Wembley. So I could tick that one off, luckily.
And then a few months after that, you're making your return to the EFL, but albeit with Doncaster.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously everything happens for a reason, and like I said to you at the time when I heard about Doncaster, I just really wanted to join. Obviously, speaking to people about the club and how big it is and where they want to be in the future, it was just a great project for me to come and challenge myself to be a part of.
I suppose you've had a lot of challenges through your career, obviously being released by Burton as well, and you're dropping down into non-league, making a real name for yourself at that level, but you kind of got that drive and determination to overcome any challenge. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think I'm quite a driven person. I think it's obviously been put into me from my mum and dad just to sort of keep going, keep looking on the positive side of stuff, and just never letting your head down. Can be quite tough for, I think, people underestimate, like, not being in squads or playing or injuries or whatever it is you've got going on. I think it's quite a big challenge for footballers, and I think it just drives me, to be fair. Like, I want to be at this level and higher, and I want to be part of it with Doncaster getting up the league. So I'm just excited for the journey to go on now.
You'd never see that kind of that drive diminishing at all, whatever level you reach?
No, I don't think so. I think you can ask anybody. I think people get labelled as like they're just lazy or whatever, where like you see it in the newspaper, but I think everybody's got that in them. I think it's just maybe the environment or whatever it may be, stuff going on that people don't know, and they just might seem that way, but everybody wants to get as high as I think people would be lying if they said they wanted to stay lower than what they can achieve. So it's just exciting to see where you can get to and challenge yourself to say, right, I'm here, let's try get to here and so on.
People just see things at a very surface level. But you don't see anybody going through the motions. Is that what you're kind of saying?
No.
Like, I suppose you wouldn't even reach this level if that were the case.
Exactly. I think you hear stories on podcasts and stuff of people going into training and messing about or whatever. But no, I think you can see it in the group. In the group we've got, everybody's trying to get in the team, and if they're not in the team, they're doing extras or they're playing in games where there's an opportunity. And you just think, and the people who are starting are doing really well. Like, obviously, doing really well in their jobs. So it's just good to have that group to drive people, and you wouldn't let anybody sit down because you'll say, like, listen, you need to liven up a bit here, and that's what it takes to be a successful team.
You've been quite honest before in terms of feeling that need to acclimatise back to this level. Is that still ongoing for you, do you think, or are you kind of where you feel need to be?
Yeah, I wouldn't say where I need to be. I think there's still obviously bits I need to improve on and just get used to in a way, but I feel a lot more settled than I would have done maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, where I think the Man U game was a turning point where I felt a bit more like, right, I'm ready for this sort of thing, and obviously I've come out of the team, which is but it's my job to get back into it, and I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling confident.
That's the thing at this point. It's the competition's so strong within this squad. There's a chance that even through no fault of your own, that you find yourself out of the team. It might be a system switch for a game, but you've kind of got to ride through that and keep that attitude.
Yeah, I think because the worst thing you can do is just sack it off, and then you get called upon and you let your teammates down and the staff down. So I think it's your job as a footballer to make sure you're ready, but that's sort of ties back with the extras you do and the stuff like that, because that'll put you in good stead to when you're called upon, be ready.
What extras have you been looking at?
Today, for example, me and Irons did a bit of finishing, and F was crossing them in, and Josh was crossing them in. But you see lads all the time doing it. I think, like I say, we've got a really good group where they just want to keep improving and keep getting better, whatever it is, whether it's like 1v1s or crossing or just a bit of passing or whatever they need to do, and gym work as well. The lads are good with that, so it's a really good group to be a part of in terms of pushing each other.
You've been playing at a really high level before this in the National League, and we talk about all the time about that gap narrowing. Have there been differences though at League 2 level?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's hard to say, but it's more of like a physical element. I think the speed of it, and I think you get punished a lot more. So I think it's just about adapting and keep going the way I've been going. And obviously there's good teams been promoted. Like obviously we see Bromley. We probably should have got something out of the game, but they did a number on us. So
that's one of the big things that people talk about between each level. In it, the margin for error is so much smaller. You've probably seen it with teams that have got promoted to Premier League, they've done really well, but just coming up short. That margin for error so narrow.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of adapting. Well, I think you look at Chesterfield; they've done really well so far, and the teams that have been promoted years before, and Notts County, obviously Wrexham and teams like that. So it's just about putting your stamp on it and being ready and just showing your qualities.
And in terms of that, you kind of got to show that you're ready. Whenever you get that opportunity, whenever you get that call, you've got to take. We've seen Hursty do it.
Yeah, Hursty and Jack obviously recently as well. They've come in and done really well, and they've put their name in the hat. So it's just about being ready, like when you're called upon, and obviously they've done that really well.
What would you say at this point, so early November, are your goals for the remainder of the season?
Just score as many goals as I can when called upon, when I get my chance, assists, and just getting in the team, forcing my way in the team, and just staying there. Really, I think it's obviously as a team it's promotion, but individually it's just about putting my stamp on games and affecting it in the way I can. How
good is this group, would you say?
Yeah, it's really good. I think the lads are great. Jack's obviously stood behind the camera, putting me off a bit here, but like it's just stuff like that. Like you never have a dull moment here. But no, they're really good. They really welcome me in brilliantly, and they're top lads. I mean, like I say, you go out and do stuff away from football, and I think that's a massive thing as well. If I've spoke to people where they just go home and don't see them until the next training session, but here you feel like you just want to go spend time with them and keep building the relationships.
One question that I want to finish this series with is kind of how, when it's all said and done, how would you like your career to be viewed? How would you like people to talk about you when it's all done and dusted?
Obviously, good player, good person, good to have in the changing room. But obviously I want to have promotions. I think everybody wants to get the achievements and look back on it and say, right, I've achieved that. I'm still waiting for a promotion, so hopefully that can happen with Doncaster. But yeah, just a lot of success. I mean, I've had a lot of tough times in finals and relegations, so I want to get the positive signs up now and get promoted, and obviously hope do it with Donny and then build on that and do it again and again and again.